For all those who don't know us, we are PEP.
Five, four, three.
What up, what up, what up? Welcome to episode 23 of Fresh Start Live with Fee and Pat, where the motto is, stay ready, keep them getting ready. I'm Pat.
And I'm Fee.
Well, we back, fellas. I know y'all probably missed us for a minute. We've been gone for how long now?
About 2 months.
About 2 months. We've had a lot going on in that 2 months.
So ever since we moved here, we did one episode and then we stopped. All right. As you can see, is the back of us is actually our new office,
Yeah, so we got a lot of hard work going on here.
which means we haven't done anything with our office in 2 months.
But that doesn't mean we haven't been doing things. We've had quite a bit going on last 2 months. Man, we've had what? 4, 5 engagements going on?
Yeah, I've been quite busy the last 60 days inside the unit, out here. Even though it's empty, but there's a lot of work behind it.
Yeah, a lot of work. Yeah, speaking of in prison, man, we've, for those who don't know, we just started our second class on Oliver J. Bell.
Well, tell me what happened inside the unit in the last 2 months. So, September 1st,
Yeah.
what's going on inside Cleveland and Asset on September 1st?
So September 1st, we had pitch day and a workshop the same day, right?
Okay.
If my memory serves correctly. So we had a pitch day at Cleveland and a workshop at Essex the same day in preparation for BPC. And in between that time, I think nothing next week, but the following 3 weeks after that was filled with workshops, pitches, repitches, recording pitches, in preparation for BPC at Cleveland, and then we backdoored it with BPC at Estes. And not just pitching, but we actually had virtual BPC in which these guys walked, received their diplomas, received their awards, and we were able to do this virtually and even bring in their families at both units.
How did that work out?
Worked out great. It wasn't
Can
without.
you explain the process? How the family was included in the graduation?
Yeah, so we had the virtual business plan competition, which had been going on for about 3 hours. And as we wrapped up the business plan competition, using Zoom, we were able to bring the families into another room. And they were able to witness the whole, the walking, receiving the diplomas, and kind of, virtually celebrate and cheer for their loved ones.
What about a competition? The winners, the 10 Driving Value Award, how did you guys prepare for that?
The same way we always do. So the guys, of course, based upon their merit, their stickers, determine who got what driving value. Mr. PEP, valedictorian. We had valedictorian speeches. If you've been to a PEP graduation, the only difference is that the people weren't actually in the same room, but as far as we didn't leave out anything, as far as we even had both wardens come in and kind of start up both ceremonies, celebrate the guys. And it was the best experience that we could have in that moment.
How many graduations have you been to already with PEP? Of course, you didn't go to mine. So.
No, I didn't go to yours. So I started, first graduation was class 4. So from 4, I'm just gonna guess and say 30 on the light side.
Do you feel like the guys that graduate recently, did they miss out on any of those things?
I say they may have missed out on the aspect. The one aspect we weren't able to duplicate is the whole emotion of the teddy bear give. But other than that, based upon this time, I don't think they missed out on anything because for many of them, they haven't seen their family through the entire pandemic and they haven't had the visitation, but to be able to see their family on video. You know, it was an emotional time for a lot of those guys. So
How was the energy afterward? I remember after graduations, especially at Cleveland, Club Cleveland back in the day, everybody would crumb. But how was the energy afterward?
the energy was great, and the reason the energy was great because both administrations approved for us to bring in pizza and kind of celebrate with the guys. So based upon what they knew or expected of graduation, it was hot. So they had no visual of what the history of graduations looked like. So for them, it was a great experience.
Okay. So those classes, we start with a small number, like 30, 20, or something like that.
Yes.
The next class just started at Cleveland. How many of it?
Cleveland has 58.
58. So it's almost like a little bit closer to double the number, right?
Yeah, it's close to it's close to double the number. But I think the experience is going to end up being the same spirit as if we had 100 guys working individually, because we have 14 teams of guys who got to figure out how to create something. So I think even with that, what looked like a small number compared to what we normally have, I think the energy and the work that's going to go would be if we had 100 guys working individually. So.
And the next class at ESSA is going to be
Yeah.
almost like quadruple in size.
Yeah, they have 96 to 100 guys about
Okay.
to start the next class.
So how are both of those classes going to be ran going forward?
So one of the beautiful things that has happened since graduation is both units have 70% vaccination. So that's basically allowed us to open back up to where Cleveland can have 56 guys in class at the same time instead of breaking them up. With Estes, we're still going to split them because the number of guys that it's going to be. But we'll also be able to kind of put some executive volunteers back inside.
Okay.
Not
How
as
is that
many.
going to work?
So we're still going to do the virtual workshops,
Okay.
but we're also going to open it up to where 3 or 4 executive volunteers with the expertise in that field will be able to go in and sit with the guys through the workshop. And hopefully by the time we get to pitch day and BPC, we figured out how to bring back the whole element of the executive volunteer.
Okay. Is graduation for these two classes going to be different from the one I just passed?
I think a lot of it is going to be dependent upon what happens as far as the virus, TDCJ as far as opening up, because one of the things, even in opening back up, they want less quantity of people in. So I don't know if they know how to navigate that because they haven't even switched their visitation. Visitation is still by RSVP and you can only have so many people. So I think a lot of that is dependent upon what their new normal is going to look like.
What about for the last few weeks? Was there any positive case in the unit where they have to quarantine a pod?
Yes, so Cleveland went through 3 pods being quarantined.
Okay.
And what happened, a couple of guys tested positive, and sort of their protocol is if one guy tests positive, they lock the entire pod down until everybody have a negative test. Or another thing they have, if somebody on the pod refused the test, it's treated as a positive as well.
Okay.
So, and that's an element that's going on. They're going to work through it.
All right. So it seemed like it's going to be busy for you in the next few months. We have more people in there.
That's going to be fun. I'm glad that we have a lot of new stuff. I think for us, organizationally, it recharges our batteries, which is another thing we got to do in this time. Kind of recharge our batteries for a little bit. But man, there's a lot of excitement on this side, but what's been going on the outside?
Well, as you can see, we haven't done nothing. It's pretty much empty. Well, the space is empty, but the program has been changed up quite a few. Well, one of the major things that would change up is, a long-term case management, or case manager, Harvey Mai, is no longer with PEP. He's move on. So it's a big voice for us. We have Donald Jones stepping up and taking his role, and he's in training at the moment.
No. It takes a village. It takes a village. It's a process, not an event.
Okay, before I explain what we're gonna do, what we have done in the last 2 months out here, just want to give the audience a little bit, clarify what we're doing today. All right, so when we first started doing the first videos at these locations, there was difficulty because it's the setup. We used to be in kind of like a studio. Each school room was setting up with chair, table, lighting, audio. But here we're in a temporary office, and our main office is still empty. So using the right equipment to do this videos is a challenge. Like today, we're doing a restart, reboot, but we're using the same camera but different setup. So we don't know what the audio and the video are going to be like. So this episode, we're just testing it.
Kind of like our experience on the inside.
Yeah. So the next week's, I guess the layout, the lighting, picture is going to be a little bit different.
So we're not going to look like we're in a warehouse waiting for them to bring the limo in so we can take boss out in the body.
No, but actually what we're going to do going forward is we're going to use this as our background. And every week you will see progress or no progress. We're planning to do this 6 months straight. We'll take a few weeks off during the holiday, and you take vacation, or I take vacation, we might take that week off. But we plan to be in similar position and show you guys the background just to see the progress of the PEP office.
So stay tuned. Tell a friend, tell a friend, tell a friend. Y'all don't want to miss this progression. We got somebody over there speaking to us. Who we got on now? Curios Comics. Hello.
All right. So what we have done out here is last month, or actually in September, we started a series, and it's called Big Idea Canvas out here. So the guys who want to start a business or have an idea, we run 2 class sessions to help them put their ideas on paper. And then we use the same curriculum inside the unit. And then from that, we did a workshop and help the guy prepare to pitch. And then we have an event, and then they pitch. In Houston, we have around 13 guys pitch. In Dallas, I believe we have about 4. So we were just testing it. Next year, we plan to do 2 of that.
Yeah, to me, that was a great event because I watched the progression of our alumni guys and their interaction, and a lot of them, the first time meeting. They're all doing business, first time meeting and talking business, talking shop. And I don't know if you remember, but you asked me over and under.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so. All right, J-Mo, we see you, XCOM Fitness. Okay, Jason Salinas. So what's the next step with East School 200?
So we're working with SCORE right now, trying to find mentor for the guys who pitch. 13 guys pitch. I'm not sure all 13 guys are ready for mentor, but we want to open up the capacity. So we engage with SCORE, talking to them to see if they can help us mentoring our guys. And I think the next step for this is the East School 201, which is the smart money curriculum. A lot of us want to start a business, but we really don't know what is the behind of running the business. It's kind of like, you work for your business, whatever trade it is, you go out there, you install carpet, or you lay tiles, or you framing, but the other part of it is, how do you invoice customer? How do you collect money? How do you pay taxes, payroll, all of those things. So the smart money lending is lending is 13 weeks teaching you little by little of how to run your business. And it's not necessary that you need to be an expert in running it. All you do is just understanding what you don't know.
Right, right. Most of these guys, they have the skill set, they just don't have the business set. And I think that's going to set them up to really take their business to the next level. And Toastmasters, we might need to add Toastmasters in eSchool 200.
And actually, last week we have a very first in-person eSchool graduations since the pandemic.
Yeah,
We have one guy came in from Mexico and one came in from Tennessee.
Yep.
Well, great seeing them.
It was. I think it was. I think another great thing that came out of it was we had some alumni show up who actually took off work, took the time to come in and kind of I think the pep talk that they gave those guys before they walked across the stage, let them know it don't end right here. You know, and then seeing Jason Salinas, Jay Moore, and all of them on here, it don't end right here. You know, and it's always inspiring. But that was cool.
Okay, so going forward, the format that we're going to use for this Fresh Start Live is we're going to come up with one topic. You and I are going to do a lot of research in it, and we're going to spend 10 to 15 minutes having a discussion on that one topic. And then we're going to do the blind date. All right, that's what very popular. We're doing the blind date. And then we do the update inside the unit and out here.
Okay.
And the last part is something new that we're gonna start. You guys heard a quote say something about, you know, why don't we celebrate when our friends start a business? You know, like a baby shower, and it's a business shower.
Business shower.
But in PEP, we gotta innovate. We're not gonna satisfy with business shower. We're gonna use what we're gonna use? Startup shower.
My mind just blanked out.
Okay, so startup shower. We'll fill you guys in how we're gonna run it, but the basics of it is when one of our brothers start a business, we throw a party for him. We're inviting you know, other PEP brother to come and celebrate with him. You know, we have T-shirt in his business. We're all gonna purchase one, probably $10 or $15. We purchased a T-shirt, and the T-shirt, it could be an advertisement for him. And then there's different activity that we do in a party. So we hope to do at least once a month, which means we're celebrating, you know, our brothers starting a business, at least one new business a month.
I like that, man. You know, it's because, like you say, when you think about a baby shower, your brother giving birth, so that's kind of like your niece and nephew anyway. So, and the business is the same thing. Business is just like giving birth to a child because it's going to require the same time and attention. So why don't we celebrate each other? You know.
I have a quick story to share with you. You know, last Sunday, I told my daughters, I say, I got to meet a friend on Sunday, and I have to take you guys with me. And my oldest one asked me, a friend? Is he from your workplace? I say, yeah, he's from my workplace. And she said, that's not a friend, that's your brother.
Hey, I mean, that's a beautiful thing. So that lets you know them, when they're young adults all the way into adulthood, they're not going to have a lot of the biases that are put on a lot of children, and the stigmas, or when they know somebody who's been incarcerated or whatever, made a mistake in life, because they've grown up around us. I still got the picture of feeding Sarah when she was a baby. You know, they grew up around us, and it's kind of like to be received and to understand, and that mindset of a child, they need to go and teach some adults.
No, once you brought that up, it just changed my mindset completely. It's not like I have to go. It's like I want to go.
You know?
You know, it's like at first I have to go meet my friend, but then when she say, "Oh, it's your workplace," and it's not a friend, it's a brother, I say, "Okay, I want to go meet him."
Yeah.
So we end up met him, his wife, and his 2 daughters. We had fun. So.
Ooh. So we got Donald Jones joined us. It's almost his bedtime.
I believe this concludes this episode 23rd, and we're gonna do something different too, because remember PEP class, we start 1 all the way to class 23, and then we stop, and then we start doing fall 2015.
Right.
So there is no more episode number.
No more episode numbers. Okay.
So thank you guys for getting on and watch us mumbling, rambling.
Yeah, but I think we provided some good information for them, though.
We're testing audio and video today, so we're gonna have to rewatch it.
That's right.
Just to see how it is.
So since J-Mo in the house, I think it's only right that we use his outro. You know, remember, fellas, we're on a mission to celebrate 1,000,000 stories. With the next show, we get back to celebrating. Remember that freedom demands responsibility. Responsibility demands accountability. So until next time, peace.
Oh, by the way, thank you, Edison, for setting everything up.
Yeah, we're going to get Edison on the episode so y'all can see Edison.
Oh, you can step in right now, Edison, so that everybody know who's Edison is.
So
I know the
Here
audio's
we go.
delayed. The audio's not synced. We gotta fix that.
So what do y'all see right now? Remember we did the episode with this. What do y'all see right now?
The word.
Is Pat, is a P,
Ed.
E is a Edison, and P is a fee.